Hello and welcome to Boomer Live. Today we are here to cover the CSK versus KKR game. What a game did we have on our hands? It had quite a bit of drama. MS Dhoni fans will be definitely happy that they got to see him bat. He scored a gritty 50, I would say. If talk about the match, it was CSK was put on to bat. They only managed to score 130. From there on, it was KKR who chased it quite comfortably with 6 wickets in hand. And in the end, they had their captain staying not out. I have Nikhil and Jones joining me to analyze the game. Welcome both on the show. I'll get to Nikhil first up. Nikhil, a toss, is it an undue advantage on sides? Because in Wankhede and in Mumbai, you're going to see you play a huge factor. And now,
Yeah,
is that going to decide the games going further ahead?
I think it will definitely going to be playing a major factor. In the last recent games, only 40% sides have won while batting first. So if you're batting first, you are almost having to do the double job that you have to first see off the new ball because there is some movement, and then if the pitch is damp, you have to still try and accelerate as much as early as you can. I think we definitely saw how once Jadeja hardly actually got himself into the game. I mean, Dhoni still found a few boundaries towards the end, but I think most teams who are batting first will probably have to find a way out to combat the new ball and probably send a few guys to just pinch it or get a good score and then accelerate because it's been the story for a while now. So I'm not sure if there's any ready solution to cancel out the due, but yes, it will definitely be playing a important role.
Definitely. Now, Jones, you saw the game was set in the first over. Umesh Yadav first over, though it had a no ball, but then that wicket of Ruturaj Gaikwad really put CSK down, isn't it? So tell me about Umesh Yadav, because don't you think he's been an underrated bowler in the power play? And possibly franchises should use him like a Deepak Chahar for Chennai. Ball him up front, get those breakthroughs, and set the tone for the game.
If you look at Umesh Yadav's record, he has been very good with the new ball in IPL, in T20 format as well, and almost similar to what Ishan Sharma has. Both of them has very good record with the new ball, and some teams has utilized that, some teams hasn't utilized that. And today, if you look at KKR in last from the UAE, like they have been using these matchups very good. Even they did so well in the India leg as well last year, but due to some choking in the last few overs, they couldn't win much matches during that time. But in recent times, they have been using these matchups so well, and that is one reason. Like Ajinkya Rahane in the power play with the bat, Umesh Yadav with the ball in the power play, they have been utilizing the bowlers so well, and Varun Nare in the middle overs, and Russell in death overs as well. Especially Russell is very good after 10th over. He can hit the deck so hard. Yes, we have seen the bounces to Dhoni as well when Dhoni arrived into the middle. So they have been using these matchups so well, and that is one of the reasons why KKR has been successful in recent times as well. Especially from the UAE leg, they have got the results. They were unlucky in the India leg as well in last year, but they have been finding those results in from 2021 in the India leg, in the UAE leg.
Right, right. Nikhil, one thing which we all want to talk about is that middle over crunch. Because now with
Yeah.
two mystery spinners, did it actually spoil CSK's plans? Because when you have a leg spinner, you can possibly send a left-hander to take him down. And when you have an off spinner, you can send a right-hander. But when you have a mystery spinner who can turn the ball both the ways, does that really hamper a plan of a team? Because they can turn the ball both the ways. So you're not sure where to send a right-hander or a left-hander. And that's exactly what happened with CSK today, isn't it?
I think CSK have probably also been guilty of not using their batting depth, to be very honest.
Right,
Like today, they sent Jadeja up the order, but Jadeja is not somebody who enjoys facing spin. So,
right,
and KKR are always going to be loading themselves for the back end or in the middle overs with spin only. So,
right.
it's a known technique. It's what they've used for years now. So, I probably felt they could have sent somebody like a Mitch Sander up or even sent Dubey up because that is what role of Dubey is in the side. I mean, he's
Right.
he's better off hitting spinners, and you would want somebody to take that risk. I think even Bravo's batting is almost never used by Chennai. So I think with that in mind, they could possibly either have a bit more intent with the guys who are batting there, and
Right,
if not, use that batting depth better. Because I think that is something Fleming also touched upon in the mid-match interview that
right, right,
they looked a bit hesitant to go for the shots. I mean, they
mhm,
were very circumspect whether to go full or whether to not just hold themselves back. So
Right,
I think once Moeen Ali returns, he plays a very crucial role for this side. So once Moeen is back, we'll probably see them playing far more expressively. And I think today they had too many soft dismissals, if you can call
right,
them that.
right,
Ruturaj getting run out, and there were just numerous of such occasions where you felt the Chennai was just not at their best. So I think
right.
it's just a first match boost for them, hopefully.
Nikhil, I'll just put a graphic up on the screen. If you can see that if you look at since 2019, CSK has not been the best of teams to start off. Even in the middle
Yeah,
overs, last season they were pretty good, striking at close to 8. But then if you look overall, they're a team who middles around 7.5, but at depth, they are pretty good. So yet
yeah,
again, you think missing someone like Faf, Duplessis, and Devon Conway just looked like he wanted to go hell for leather. You're just swinging wildly at every ball and especially cutting very closely as well. So,
yeah.
do you reckon CSK should possibly change the plan and have an accelerator up front, get an eight runs per over starts initially, then from middle overs, you know that CSK's struggle has been in the middle overs in 2020. Also, we saw that, and finish they have players, so they can possibly change that strategy a little bit.
I think it's just too early to maybe change it so drastically. I think they will stick with Conway and Rutu.
Yeah,
But the key aspect will be how these two balance each other out. I think Faf and
right,
Rutu complemented each other very well, where
right,
Faf would ensure he sees off the new ball well, and then Rutu would ensure Faf is not troubled by spin. So that
right,
combination worked out very well. And Conway or Rutu are just batting for the first time together in an actual
right,
real match. So
right,
they'll probably get out. They'll probably take a few games, and as I said, I think Moeen Ali plays a very crucial role for them. Uh,
right,
Once he is back, the team looks a bit more different. You have a off spinner who can actually bowl in, because I don't think they had any bowler today who could bowl off spin if they were two left-handers as well. And he's a quality bowler. He's not somebody who's just a part timer now. And
right,
India knows that more than anybody else. So
right,
in that regards, I think it is just a matter of getting executing things right. I still feel Jadeja will have to pull up his socks in terms of how he's going to rotate the bowlers and how he's going to play. And I would actually, I'm a bit harsh in saying he's not pull up his socks. It's just his first game as a captain, so
right,
I think
right.
we can even I can excuse him for having an off day.
Yeah, Jones, coming to you now. I'll just put a stat up on the screen as well. Dhoni has had his struggles versus Varun Chakravarti, and also if you look at Ambati Raidu, he has also had his struggles versus Sunil Narayan. So, having these two players or having these two ballers, mystery ballers, does it really affect the plans of a team? That's something which I asked Nikhil as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I think if you look at the success of Chennai Super Kings against Kolkata Knight Riders in recent times has been the form of Ruturaj Gaikwad. He
Yeah,
has been taking down spinners in the middle overs, in the near to the power play, etc. And
right,
it has been a struggle. If Rutu is not performing, then it will be a huge issue for CSK leading into the tournament as well. Because if you look at most of them are like, if you look at there is Moeen Ali or Shivan Dube or Robin Uttappa, etc. Even Uttappa can play spin so well, but he got out early as well. But that's the issue they need to work out. But still, I feel you don't need to look at too much into this Varun factor or Narain factor, because these are the two quality spinners, or these are the best spin attack they have, along with UC and Ashwin. And UC and Ashwin, I still CSK can play really well compared to Varun and Narain. So I don't think we need to look too much into this factor. It will be a factor when they be playing against KKR, but I don't think it will be a big factor when they are going to play rest of the 8 franchises.
right, right, right. Nikhil, now let's talk about KKR because we need to give credits to them rather than we've been talking about
Yeah.
CSK all the while. Ajinkya Rahane, he's had a terrific side Mustaqil Trophy in terms of numbers. This is his home ground, Mumbai. Do you reckon he's such an underrated opener, especially in conditions like this and chases like this? Because he can be used very well like a foil where Venkateshwar can go blazing. So, Ajinkya Rahane's knock today, what are your thoughts on that and how crucial it will be for KKR leading ahead? Because those kind of starts will matter a lot. Though you will say that he cannot rotate strike or not, but then if you can give them those solidity up front, that's going to matter a lot for KKR because they have got the Blazers to come.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of chase that they had today was probably one of the best times to have Rane open the batting. because he
Right.
can give you those quick starts up at top and then probably settle down a bit. But at the same time, if KKR were the side batting first, I would have my own views in terms of how Rahane would go about pacing the knock on a wicket that's damp and not probably coming onto the bat better. He's somebody who's always enjoyed ball coming onto the bat. So I think in that sense, I think Rahane has been a very good opener for a lot of his size. But given the situations that given the situation he was today, I think he did his job well. But I think he'll be far more challenged when he's batting first, say against the swinging ball, and then how I'm sure he'll negate it well. But the point about rotating strike, getting a good score up front while batting first is far more challenging than the challenge that he had today. So I think KKR will definitely try and use him well, because other than that, Venki's been looking good. Rana came in and hit some shots. So KKR
Yeah.
do have very good options, and they've
Mm.
always relied on the flexibility that they could send somebody like a Narain if two spinners are bowling to hit them out. So they have
Right.
the options. So as long as that rule is clear, that what they expect from the guy, I think they will be fine.
Right, right. Jones, now coming to you, we have to talk about captaincy of Shreyas Iyer. How impressed were you? Because he was rotating the ballers really well, and especially to give that spell to Umesh Yadav up front, he made sure CSK was on the back foot throughout. So tell me something about his captaincy, because this is going to be his real big test. In Delhi Capitals, you can say that you had someone like a Ricky Ponting shielding him all the time, but now the eyes are on him. He wanted to captain, and that's one of the reasons why he has switched franchises as well. So what do you make of Shreyas Iyer's captaincy?
I think we all know that Iyer has been a very good captain. The success of Delhi Capitals as well. After Gambhir stepped down as the captain, he has been taking the team into more height. And we all know what happened in Delhi Capitals. They need Rishabh Pant, and mainly due to the injury factor of Iyer in last season. And in future, for the future ambitions, Iyer moved from Delhi Capitals because he knew he can't get captaincy from in Delhi Capitals. So he
Right.
moved to a new franchisee, and right now it will be a big test for Iyer as a captain. Even he started really well today. The way he gave the third over to Umesh Yadav, and that is one of the areas Iyer has been really good in the bowling changes, in the fielding placements as well. And he has the experience of leading India A, then Mumbai under 19 Mumbai team, etc. So he has lots of experience, and he has become one. We might we can't say he is a regular, but still, whenever he is getting opportunity for Team India, the confidence he has been in Test format, in ODI format, in T20 format. So even in the presence in the ground as well, as a leader, he has been showing that a lot and giving the confidence to rest of the 10 guys as well in the field. So there are lots of qualities. And this is a very good start for Iyer as well, because in a new franchise, if you look at, there is not much superstars in the team, even though there is Narain or Russell is there, but Indian superstars are really less, like Nitish
Right.
Rana or Rahan is not that great superstar in
Mm.
T20 format. Then Umesh Yadav is not that kind of a figure like Boomerang or anyone else. So he can lead this Indian group and guide them so well. And there is experience of international superstars with Russell, Narain, Pat Cummins will be coming back, so that will be helping him a lot to guide this team and move forward as well.
Right. Before we go in a last question, and Nikhil, one thing what we saw from CSK was the lack of body language, and you rightly pointed out that you wouldn't criticize Jadeja, but did you feel that he was under pressure and filling someone like Dhoni's boots is actually a huge job? Let it be in Indian team, but in CSK it's a massive job because you have expectation of your franchise, you have your fan base rooting you. Did you just feel like it had its toll taken on Jadeja today because he was batting at an unusual strike rate and he was not as communicative with the ballers as well. So did you think that had its toll on Jadeja today?
Yeah, I think it is why I honestly said that Jadeja maybe has to pull up his socks. It was purely on the body language, as you said, that he displayed while batting and while being on the field. But again, it's probably because we are so used to seeing strong leaders leading their side and being, like John said, it's the confidence that you have, which Shreyas has had over a period of time, that he's been doing well. And he showed that confidence while he was on the field. And sometimes when things click, your team also looks much more better. So With Jadeja, I feel he's also been in that good form, but
Hmm.
I'm hoping that he's not thinking that he has to replace MS. He just has to think that now this is my team. What is gone is gone. You cannot always think about how MS did and how what would MS do in that scenario. So Jadeja has to figure that out by himself. That okay, this is now my team. How am I going to lead? How am I going to talk to my bowlers? Because at the end, it doesn't matter what we see on the screen. At the end, if the communication is done between the players well, I think it will be fine for the team going forward. But today, it did look like he was a bit more nervous. In also his running between the wickets. I mean, we saw Raidu getting run out. Dubey almost got run out, and there were enough miscommunications between him and MS as well, which is very
Right,
surprising to see because the amount of cricket the two guys have played together. So,
right.
as I said, it's probably just the first day blues for Jaddu as the captain, and hopefully with MS around, he can calm him down. And because his captaincy will be tested, IPL is such a tournament where nothing is hidden, everything is right there in front of everyone to see. So hopefully Jadeja will get enough time to come back well.
Definitely. Jones, before we go, how happy are you with Dhoni's knock? Because I know you're a crazy Dhoni fan, and you would be enthralled today that Dhoni looked in good touch, especially to finish things off. You know that's what
Yeah.
Dhoni is known for. But of course, you can't say that. But if you look at the situation as well, it was not an easy situation when Dhoni walked in, but it just showed the situation, the stage was set for Dhoni. And how happy are you with the knock he played today? He looked in good touch, didn't he?
Yes, it was really good to see Dhoni back, especially he hasn't played that kind of for a very long time, and he's coming back after 160 days as well. It's not like he has played any domestic matches, etc. He's coming after the IPL final last year, coming the first match. Even though he struggled, we all know it will happen. We can't expect Dhoni to perform each and every match or Dhoni to bat freely from ball one. He'll be taking his time, and today was a perfect situation for him as well. He came when CSK was struggling. The ideal time, as everyone saying, Dhoni should be batting after the 18th over. But today the time came. He had the time to settle down as a player. That helped him a lot as well. It was really good to see him back, especially once Dhoni is set and settled, he can play his shots as well. We have seen in last IPL as well against Delhi Capitals. We have seen how he finished the qualifying match as well. So he has been showing that, but and these kind of knocks don't happen every time as well. Maybe Dhoni might not be playing this kind of knock rest of the season, but it's a great start. In the first match itself, he has shown that will be giving the confidence to CSK as well. Like as
Yeah,
a team, once Moeen Ali comes back, they'll be getting that confidence. Like Dhoni has played that kind of a knock, he'll be in good form, so they can play freely. And the batting depth CSK has. Once Moeen Ali comes back, Rajwardhan might be getting few games here and there. Then when Deepak Chahar comes back as well, it will be batting till 10th. And the free flowiness was not there today. But once Moeen Ali returns, the flowiness of CSK batting will be seen more as well. And Devon Conway needs to gel up with the team very soon as well. Last
mm,
year they had Faf, which has been playing for CSK for a decade, so it has
mm,
helped him. But for Devon Conway, a newcomer, it won't be easy. But
yeah.
hopefully he'll be getting, and CSK will be backing him as well, like for 3 or 4 or 5 games, and eventually he'll be returning back favor as well with the runs, and that will be helping Ruturaj as a player as
Yeah. Having said that, thank you both for joining for the Postman analysis. It was great to have you and put in your thoughts. Join us. They will definitely join us for more of these post-match analysis. So, guys, do not forget, get onto the Boomer 11 app right now and play your fantasy contest. There are some exciting prizes waiting for you throughout this IPL, and you will get to win prizes worth many rupees and many dollars as well. So, do not forget that, and we'll have Nikhil coming in and sharing his fantasy expertise tips as well. So, all in all, good day, all. Have a good night. And CSK fans, I'm definitely sure you all are a little subdued today, but it's the start of a new season and you have a long way to go. Take the superstition from the last season. You had a bad start, but ended up winning the trophy. Having said that, good night, all.
Thank you, FMA. Have a
well. Thanks a lot
good
for
day.
inviting me.